Yo, what up, chat? Good morning. Hello. Good morning. Hi, everybody. Hello. Good morning. Zummy, what's up, dude? Atoda, how's it going? Microman, Owen Codes, how's it going? Good morning, everybody. So I think I've actually found, I think we might have found a bug within Twitch's APIs. Or we might be at the speed of eventual consistency for Twitch. Sorry, let me get fully adjusted here before I explain. So you guys might have noticed that this morning our go live notification did not go out as expected. When I checked the logs, it said that there was an invalid stream ID for the stream that we were looking up. Now, riddle me this, chat. How would we have an invalid stream ID if they gave us the ID? So, yeah, I think we're getting to a point where the speed at which Twitch can change versus the speed at which we do a lookup when a new stream is created might be faster than they can resolve it. Because I'm getting really weird errors around Twitch stream go live notifications. So, yeah. What is this Rust you are writing? What up, Orca? How's it going, buddy? So today, and for the past few days now, so, I mean, you know what I'm building. You actually know it more than anyone else in chat. I'm just building it for myself now. So, basically, I'm building Hippo Build, but I'm doing it in Rust. I guess I could just TLDR that for you, since you know what Hippo Build is. But yeah, basically, I'm not super happy with the maintainability of Hippo Build. Like, we still have redistributability problems, and I don't know. I'm not saying I'm going to use Rust in any way, shape, or form. That's not in the case. It's more so to see how far in DevOps we could push Rust, you know? Like, what value we could get out of it and stuff like that. So, yeah, it's a little bit more of that. Yuri, hi. You're Yuri, I think. Hello. How's it going? I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. Good morning. Vibrant Neon, yo, what's up, dude? All right, so today, chat, we're going to be focused, okay? Today, we're actually going to get work done, all right? ChatGPT is going to help me out. Hang on one second. But, yeah, we are going to be working on some stuff today. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually just hop into it. So last stream, I really got nothing done, which was fine. However, this stream, we are going to get stuff done because I want to get stuff done today. And, you know, Mel says hi. Oh, hi. Hello. Hope you're doing well. Hope both of you are doing well. Seriously. Hope both of you guys are doing great. We learned about your keyboard, though. That's true. Yeah, you did. You learned a lot about my keyboard. I was going to say I'll have to come back and visit you guys in Texas soon, but Texas, man. I don't know. Work doesn't even... I barely wanted to go there for work, so... But I would love to see you guys. That's fair. That is fair. That is true. I would love to see you guys. Sorry, was that too real? Was that too real? Just like, oh, I'm moving to CT. Oh, well then, dude, I'll just come there. Yeah, I'll just come visit you guys there. Perfect, easy peasy. Hell yeah. All right, so there is one thing I did between last stream and now, which is very, very small, very, very stupid. Orca, have you seen that I got the mount, by the way? Do you notice that my keyboard might be just I don't remember if you've been here yet or not. I'm tired. Saw the pictures on Discord. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah. Yeah, man, it definitely changed how it's used quite a bit, which is pretty cool. I like it. Okay, so like I said, the only thing I've really changed between last stream and now, if I I use my Moonlander, I'd get one. Yeah. No, actually, you know, do you still have your Moonlander, or have you sold that thing yet? Because honestly, I might be in the market for a second Moonlander. All right, I might be in the market. I'm not even kidding, chat. There's part of me that's just lazy enough to have a Moonlander for my bed. Yeah. I'm gonna be real. The fact that this platform works as well, dude. Well, Manny, dude, here's the thing. It's clunky. Like, don't get me wrong. The platform is heavy, but like, you can put your keyboard anywhere now. That's just so nice. Thank you, Vibrant. I appreciate that. I have two, but one's at my office. Oh, that's fair. That's probably a fair place. See, I don't have, this is the office. This is my only office. It's not like I haven't made it that way. I see from where you're coming from. Yeah, dude, watching television, and I don't know why I said television like I'm from 1999 or 89, 79, 69. I don't know. I'm old. We're all old. I've used my Moonlander in bed, though. It's nice. I have two. Well, so Manny and everyone is in chat, you guys are going to make fun of me. I have a TV stand. It's really nice, though. It's a really nice wooden TV stand. And like it's actually got like a part where like you can like put a mouse and your like laptop, and like you can even like lift the laptop up. It's got like a rising kind of like what's it called? Do you have the same thing? Dude, it's so nice, Manny. We're too similar, dude. I love it. The level of nerddom that we can relate on, I appreciate it. I started using my laptop in bed, and honestly, it's a vibe, dude. You know, I'm gonna be real. I've been caged in a lot of what, dude. The lengths we go, seriously. Yeah. Anyways, it's not like it's never impacted my relationships before. Oh boy. Anyways, yeah, no, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. I spend a lot of time in my computer, or on my computer in my office, and I really do love working in here. Like I really have made something that is very much like an office that I enjoy being in. Like I have a little couch if I want to chill out on, and I got a TV right here where I can watch TV. Like I work, like it's, you know, to be fair, as much time as I spend in here, I've actually made a place where I probably, thankfully, would not have gone as crazy as I probably would have by now if I had just been in like a cubicle. You know what I mean? Like I've made at least some headroom in the sense of where I've made myself comfortable where I work, I guess is all I'm trying to say. However, I don't know. I just spent a lot of time in this room, you know, as well. And yeah, you know, being able to get out of the room even and just like go upstairs and chill out, or like I have a patio or I have a balcony outside of my room on the second story. And like I never really before used to go out there and like sit and like watch the dude. I have a chat. Hold on. You know, again, I'm not like great at Twitter because like I don't just shit post all the time. Which is just, I don't know. Well, maybe we'll get there at some point. I don't know. This is not my thing. However, I do post very, very nice things, I guess. What is like whatever. Anyways, this is my backyard. This is actually the view of the sunset every night from my backyard. And I know how spoiled and lucky I am. I know. And like yeah. Like I need to be back out there more often. Yeah. So yeah, being able to be on the laptop and stuff is pretty nice. Is that an umbrella or a cactus? Where is that? That's my balcony and that's my bedroom balcony. That's a cactus right here. That's a cactus. So if you guys want to know a funny side story or a funny side thing, our fiber line is on this pole. I know because it runs straight here. Or one of these. It's one of these two lines that goes from this pole directly to our house. But yeah, our fiber line is one of these two lines, which is pretty funny. Yeah, this is my backyard. This is the BG backyard. All right, now whoever like ends up finding my fucking location because I showed that picture, like, impressive. That's what I'll say. Impressive. At that point, you got me. Like, California is probably nice visually, but has too many Americans for me. Jesus Christ, shut the up, dude. God, you're like that uncle that like we all love, but then we're like, bro, like, just think about what you're saying before you say it. Oh man, cut it. Yeah, cut it. Just yeah, in California, yeah. That's the same where when I'm at my family laws in Italy, 1 megabit connection over poles. Wait, that is it really that slow? What? Yeah, dude. Envelt, dude, you f***ing nailed it, dude. Cran is literally, dude. He used to have a Squidward profile picture. He's literally a real life Squidward. And again, we say that out of love, Cran. We love you, but yeah, you are a real life Squidward, my friend. That's crazy. 1 megabits over pole. I mean, it is Italy. The infrastructure there, I don't know. This is like, you know, I don't know how great it is. You know, I take my Wi-Fi router with me, and then I got 4 gig. Yeah, dude, I would too. Yo, the real nerds here. Yeah, no, I found out a way around that shit real quick. I tethered. Yeah, no, trust me. I'm the same way. Like, if I can act like I don't like using hotel Wi-Fi spots. I don't really like doing that. It's not my most favorite thing. Mostly because of security, to be fair. Like, I really don't trust hotel Wi-Fis. I really don't. Like, on any level. So I usually tether at that point. If I have to use the Wi-Fi, I'm like full network through a VPN. Saw the Knicks videos on YouTube, and I'm sort of convinced. If I don't want to jump all balls in, would this be a good intro? So here's the thing. There's a few of these that exist out in the world, and I applaud their efforts. I really do. I've never looked at this, so I can't really tell you fully what it's going to teach you. You know what I mean? Yo, what's up, Owen? Thank you for the 6 months, baby. How's it going? Thank you. How you doing, buddy? Oh, and you were here earlier too, my dude. I'm sorry. I hope I said hi to you earlier. I think I did, but hi. I'm sorry. I'm tired. Hello. Why are you using Rust? I'm writing a CLI tool that's specifically designed to solve a problem in DevOps. So yeah. What happened to your project that provides Twitch bot functionality? It's still here. You mean with the go live today? The go live, we found a problem within Twitch, if that's what you're talking about. Nix is not a tool, it's a way of life, yeah. But I thought Go is for CLIs. Well, that's the point, Fancy. Here, dog, there's a great, let me put it to you this way, Fancy, okay? There's a great line in a song by Tool. And if you guys don't know who Tool is, you should check them out. They're a pretty good band. And yes, I'm old. There's a great line in the in Tool's, one of Tool's lyrics that says, "Push the envelope, watch it bend." And that's what we like to do here. We like to push the envelope, and we like to watch it bend and see how far it can bend. And that's what we're doing. Yes, Go is, in fact, a very great programming language to create CLI tools in. However, we do DevOps here. We solve problems, right? And we don't just always have to solve one problem one way, always that same way. And so we're trying out Rust just to ask that question, to bend that paper and see how far, or bend that envelope and see how far it can bend. That's what we do here. That's what we're doing here. Oh, and thank you for the 6 months, though. I appreciate it, buddy. But yeah, the project still exists. Yeah, the Quirk's still here. Quirk, say hi. Bam. See? Quirk saying hi, saying pong. Yeah, so, okay, back to this really quickly. M. Valdez, give it a try. You know what I mean? Give it a try. Like I said, I have a video coming out literally next week. It will be out next week, chat. I said it was going to be out at the end of the month, and it is. Thank God I said that, because, Jesus, if I had said anything else, I would have missed my deadline. It's been a crazy month. But I do have a video coming out at the end of the month that should give you a great introduction, at least into what Nix is and kind of how you can understand the parts of it. Because I think that's one thing I'm slightly worried about this, is it just goes directly to problem solving, like run a program, build a package, explore, you know what I mean? It doesn't like for example, it doesn't really talk about the language here at all, which is like a massive part of it. It just looks at it from a tooling perspective. Whereas like, I think I didn't really start valuing Nix until I understood the language better. And then once I understood the language and I was like, okay, I see. Yeah, exactly. What Cran is saying is not wrong. I don't know if you have to understand the complete philosophy, but I do think that having a good lower level understanding of like what purity is versus impurity, right? What reproducible means in a Nix world, right? Those are things. And honestly, and then what a derivation is. Like in my mind, everybody who uses Nix should at least know what a derivation is and be able to describe it in some way, you know, some way, shape, or form. Well, Cran, that's what I'm saying is like I think, again, a derivation is a good one to start with. Yo, Cosmine, how's it going? Hello, how long did it take you to get accustomed to the ergonomic split keyboard? So I've had this keyboard for a few years now. And no, I've had it for 2. Yeah, I think I've had it for 2 years. When I first got it, I had never used a split before. So for me, split was like a whole new, ordeal. And so I would say it probably took me a good, at least like 3 to 4 months. Yeah. Like I was completely useless for a while, for sure. And I think for the first week, I like when you get a keyboard like this, you are going to push back. You are going to not want to use it. And I think, oh, dear say, thank you for the 48 months. Thank you. Hello. I hope you're having a good morning. What was I saying? Crap, I lost my train of thought. 48 months, dude. That's insane. That's so long. Hi. I did lose my thought entirely. Chat, what was I talking about? Oh, split keyboard. Yeah. So when I didn't want to use it for a little while. I fought back against it for a while. I was like, I don't want to use this. You know what I mean? And then I think after like a solid month of just committing to it, you know what I mean? Of just like being like, all right, I don't care how pissed off I get. I'm just going to use it. Then it started clicking and I was like, okay, cool. I like this. Like, this is dope. This is, and then it became very fun. And like, honestly, for me now, like, I don't really, hey, have a good one, Cran. Enjoy your party, buddy. Party safely. Yeah, now like I really do love my keyboard, and it feels like playing a video game more than it does typing. And now that I have these new, platform nerd mount things, it's made my keyboard completely different even again, I think it's worth it. I will tell you from a physicality standpoint, like of the actual ergonomics as well. I had a really interesting scenario where I was able to break the ergonomics of the keyboard and then fix it. And I'll explain what that means. So if you look at my keyboard here, on the keyboard cam, I used to have a macro that this button here, all the way down here on this thumb pad, I had to press with my thumb, and then I had to stretch all the way across my keyboard, right, to press something with like my pinky finger. And so basically what I was doing, if you look at my hand, is I was doing this a lot. Right? I was stretching my fingers out very far. Well, believe it or not, that is a microtension. And I developed carpal tunnel right here. And I developed it to the point where, I know this is going to suck, chat. Sorry to have to tell you, but my bone was literally like rubbing like against each other. It was that bad of carpal tunnel. And I was like, what is going on? Like, I have a split key, like I have an ergonomic, like why, what is happening? And one day I just started paying attention to my keystrokes, and I was like, oh my God, that's what that is. And I realized that me doing because if you think about it, this was also what I used to switch windows. So like how I'm switching windows like this now, right? That's what I used before. I would press this and then I'd be like, you know what I mean? So I was stretching my fingers out so far so often that I developed carpal tunnel. And so for a while I was like, I don't know how to fix this. Like, what do I do? What do I do? And then I realized that, like I said, that's what was happening. So I remapped my keyboard, right? And so what I did is I actually took the most, and like I kind of just like I sat down for a second. I was like, what is the best approach to this? And you know, one of the best things that any keyboard person will use, right, or say, is that you should always have your most important keys closest to your home row, right? And so what I realized is because my escape and my modifier key were so heavily used, I needed those closer to my home row. And so basically what I did is I replaced my caps lock key, or this key here, with that. So now I'm not even using my thumb at all. It's literally just pinky like that, right? And so it really removed a lot of that distance that was required, and I lost my carpal tunnel. I didn't have it anymore, thankfully. And yeah, it was like that was the moment where I was like, oh wow, okay, yeah, this clicks. I get the ergonomics here behind having an ergonomic keyboard, you know? So I think it's two parts. I think it's one, getting comfortable with the keyboard, but I also think it's just like finding something that is very comfortable to you, in like a ergonomic sense as well. Because yeah, I don't know. I think it's a very good investment, and it does take time to get used to. But if you want longevity with your wrists, your hands, like, yeah, you should definitely get some kind of split keyboard, in my opinion, or some kind of ergonomic keyboard at least. I'm not going to say which ones are better or worse, okay? I have a boxer's break in my right hand from an accident when I was young. It's bugged me forever. Oh, ouch. Like boxing? My wrist does that. Old motorcycle injury. Ouch. Is the Moonlander hot swappable? Yes, it is. Yeah, it is. I do not have to resolder. No, yeah, no, it's hot swappable. Yeah. I did the same thing with my caps lock. Oh my god, dude, Manny, get out of my head. Have you seen the caps word? I was blown. Such a simple thing. No, I haven't yet, dude. I really haven't. So like here, we'll go really quickly to Oryx. Oryx. Yeah, that's what it's called, right? Yeah. So this is my current layout. If you guys are interested in like how I designed my keyb layout. Let's just sign in here really quickly. Okay, cool. All right. So, hello, Edward. Where'd we go? Okay. So equals 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't have anything in these two slots because I really don't know what to use them for yet. So I basically said, instead of having these do something meaningless, I just don't have them do anything right now. And then I have delete and then escape. Now, this is one of the reasons why I love the Moonlander. Okay. Now, I'm not saying you can't do this with other keyboards, because you probably can, but the Moonlander just has a nice, like, dude, this user experience is so simple. Anybody could program their keyboard the way that they wanted to. And this is, again, one of the reasons why I like the Moonlander specifically, and Oryx or ZSA. So the Moonlander can do this interesting feature where, depending on where you actuate the key, right, it will respond with a certain keystroke. And so basically what that means is, like, if I tap my key, it acts as an escape key. But if I press and hold it, then it acts as a left meta or my Windows key, right? The Moonlander has, this is just one of the incredibly interesting things that the Moonlander can do. And this whole concept of, like, all right, when tapped, it's Z, whether when hold left control, that's actually true. My Z key is my control key, right? But because I press and hold to use control, right? Like, it's normally how you use control. You hold it. It's a modifier key. It can exist. It can exist on top of a key as well. How do I control Z? I just use right control. So I just do control and then tap the left one. So I only have one way of doing control Z, but I mean, there is really only one way to do control Z. Same way everybody does it. Oh, am I? My bad. Hold on. Oh, farts. Here, we'll get rid of my ugly mug for a second. Oh, too much. There we go. All right, I don't know how to get rid of that one. It's still over it. Damn it. Yeah, there we go. I found it. So yeah, I need a button that makes it so that it only shows. Yeah, I need a button that makes it so that it only shows my layout or my desktop. You know what I mean? Maybe that's something we'll do in the future. But yeah, so basically the keyboard this is my whole keyboard layout. I do have that. I have my sources in one and my overlays in another. I just need to create a button for it. Yeah. So like, okay, so here's kind of a neat one, which is the Moonlander also has the concept of layers, right? I still haven't fixed that bug yet, Glam, so that's why you still see that. But yeah, no, the Moonlander has the concept of layers. So like, for example, if you see here, this is my, what's this called? Semicolon? Yeah, semicolon key. If you press and hold it, it'll actually switch it to this whole different layer here. Right? So like, for example, if you notice my mouse, if I press and hold this, my mouse is like moving in like really weird motion. And that's because I'm using it through the keyboard. I'm on that next layer using the four buttons right here actually. So here, 1, 2, 3, 4. These 4. And then when I let go, it just switches it back to the base layout, which is what just happened, actually. And then I also have a gaming layout. So if I tap on this, then it goes to my gaming layout. And this is where my keys are more focused towards gaming. So like my control key here, I don't have a Z button. I just realized that too, actually. I don't have the ability to use the letter Z while I'm gaming. However, it does make it so that I can crouch immediately. And that's one thing I noticed about this is with this one, with the hold, there's a delay. And when you're playing an FPS and you want to crouch quicker than the other person, it doesn't help that you have 100 millisecond modifier off time. So I had to do that. I had to make it so that control immediately drops me to the ground, or whatever while I'm playing video games. How can you play without a Z button? Dude, I've obviously been doing decently so far. I don't know. I never thought about it. Yeah, Z load, yeah. And then tab and M, for like basically both maps. You know what I mean? Basically both map loaders, whatever game you're playing in. All right, hang on. There we go. I'm back. Shoot. I like that. All right, cool. So let's get into it, chat. Let's get into it. All right. So I do want to get a decent amount of work done today. All right, and we're actually like somewhat on a roll. So let's keep. I'm on my Kinesis 360 for 3 months and finally need to settle in with it now. See, RD Techie, I'm gonna be real with you. I'm probably gonna scoop a Kinesis as well. I want one. I'm gonna try it. The concavity is something that I have heard many great things about. I have also been aware of the Advantage 2, their flagship product for quite some time now. The skateboard, as I like to call it. And I understand how interesting and how powerful the concavity can be. I'm very interested in the concavity. And now that the Kinesis is out and I can have space on my desk if I use it, then it definitely is interesting to me. It also just looks like a nice keyboard, like it really does. Hands are all different too. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Yeah. No. I definitely, like I said, I definitely want to try it out. Yeah. I think we're the same. I just have escape and equal swapped. Yeah. See, I didn't want, like, I just don't use equals as much as I use escape. You know what I mean? And for me, it really was like, let's get as much on the home row as we possibly can. That's important. Like that was basically it. It was just like, let's get as much. And again, when I compared the two, I literally looked at the two and I was like, which one do I use more? And I was like, okay, I use escape. And so, yeah. Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah. When I go back to work, I'll probably get a split key. I can see where it'd be nice over my K70. I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, its biggest benefit truly is the ergonomics of making sure that you have, you know, wrists that aren't hurting the next morning. And you'll feel it. Like, you'll definitely feel it. But they are nice. Like, they definitely make sure that you can do your job for quite some time. Okay, so I need to understand some of this code, chat. I need to understand some of this code so that we can kind of move forward here. Because now we're like actually in Rust world. Yeah, no, I got you, Vibrant. So basically what I'm doing is I'm using clap here to create a command called build configs. And then the binary name is build configs. The sub command is required, and then the sub command that we create is a clap command with the name generate and the arg of config. Let's get rid of this. We don't need it right now. With the arg of config, clap value parser standard path buff. So if I'm reading this properly, it looks like clap has a value parser, and it's basically reading from the path, the standard path buffer, to parse what config should say. Okay, so I need to Rust clap. I need to see if I'm doing this the right way, because maybe we want to try something different. There's two different ways of doing it. There's the derive tutorial, and then there's the builder tutorial. And I think we might actually want to do the derive way, just because it's going to be more like struct based, whereas like the builder is going to be much more like what we're doing right now, right? And I think I'd rather have it be using derives if we can. All right, so command line argument parser. Yeah, exactly, yeah. You can create an application here. Let me zoom in for you guys a bit so you guys can see this a bit more. Sorry. You can create an application declaratively with a struct and some attributes. This requires enabling the derive feature flag. We already have that, so we're good. So derive parser command author version long about none CLI. Okay, so let's write some of this up. And tell you what, let's do this. Let's also create a new file, and we'll call this file CLI.rs. This will just be like where all of our CLI stuff goes, right? And so let's go here. Struct, or so we'll do the derive first. So actually here, let's move this over here so that I can read this better. Okay, come on now, stop it. I said stop. Oh God, dude. I gotta fix this. Oh, you know what's interesting? It actually looks like it happens when I cross over into a different window. What's up, Keanu? How's it going? Yeah, depending on context, you either... God. All right, Glam, calm down. Calm down, sir. All right? There are children present. I don't know if there actually are. You're funny, Glam. You're funny. Dude, I still, like, it still blows my mind that, like, I genuinely... I mean, hey, don't get me wrong. I still try and tune in whenever I can when you are streaming. But it's so crazy that, like, dude, I literally used to watch your stream all the time. Small world, dude. Small world. Good to have you here. Sincerely. Clap, parser, subcommand. I appreciate the universe and all of its, it is, dude. It really is. Like, yeah. Yeah, it's just crazy, man. It's so crazy. You know what would be fun, dude? Glam, do you ever still play Warframe? Do you ever still open that game? I haven't touched Warframe in so long. It was such a good game for a while too, man. It had such interesting technical things about it. It just sucks that like the story literally did nothing. Like they're just like Digital Extremes is just not the greatest at storytelling. Well, I mean, I guess I shouldn't say that because they did do some cool stuff. No, the community made me want to peel my face off. They were very passionate. Bro, can you not say that the what's it called community? Warframe community might be a bit like the next community. I say that out of love. My bad. That's the acronym. Clap is a funny name on its own, though. It's fine. Okay, so file not concluded in the mod tree. All right, so what this is saying from what I have now gathered and realized is that if we go here, we need to add this mamma jamma to our module list here, right? Otherwise, the program... See, I'm learning slowly, but I also don't want to, like, assume that this is a definite, you know? This is more just like a... Yeah, I'm seeing errors and I'm fixing them, and these errors seem to be right. So now that this is here, right? Derive parser command. Okay, and then we've got config. Sets a custom an optional name to operate on. So okay, hold on. Let's take a look here and see understanding exactly what this is. So you can create an application declaratively with a struct and some attributes. This requires enable derive, which we have. Commands. CLI.name deref, value for name, value for config. Arg. So these are arguments. Okay, I gotta look at the derives, dude. Okay, so these are base arguments on the actual root of the CLI itself. So I think what we might want to do for now is maybe just add the debug one. Debug. That's why does it say it's a U8? Here, let's try this. Arg short long action equals clap arg. Oh, you know what? Instead of doing that, let's just do this. Arg action. Yeah, that seems like a better way of doing this. Arg action. I don't have it decorated over anything yet, so is that what they call this, decoration? Like, would this be a sort of decorator, these derives? Allo, how's it going? Hello. Debug U8. That is a number. Why? Procedural or macros, right. I guess that's what they call them, macros. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, no, I know what they are. I forgot what they're called. I was trying to compare them to a different language and rather remember what they were actually called. Expected value. Maybe I'm not. Oh, okay. Got it. Okay. I need to count. Clap arg action count. That's interesting that it wants to use the actual. So what am I missing here? So we've got derive, import, subcommand. What do I think about Rust so far? I liked its strictness. I like its strictness. I don't mind its strictness. I think that I don't know much about it, which makes it like, slightly confusing. But I would say that like I appreciate the decisions they've made in the language so far. I haven't done a lot of like asynchronous stuff yet, and I've heard a lot of people run into that stuff as like a problem, So we'll see what I think about that, but everything else so far has been pretty good. I'm just gonna copy this really quickly because I swear to God I'm writing this right. So why are we not getting any information on clap? Okay, but we are here. What? Expected value. Oh, I think I have to save it. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's totally a bug right now in my flickin' NeoVim. I forgot about that. Yeah, no, there's a bug right now in my NeoVim that if I don't save it, for some reason see how when I save it, it updates it? Oof, I gotta figure that out. That's not good. So now if I save this, yeah, there we go. Why is it not? I'll have to figure out why that's happening because that's no bueno. That's not good at all. Command, subcommand, command, commands. Okay, so it looks like. Okay, so then it looks like to give it a command, we would do derive sub command, right? And then it'd be like, where's sub command? And then we'd be like, oh, okay, it's over here. Don't worry about it. Sub command. There we go. See, now you're good. Now you're happy about it. And then we would do enum commands. And we'll call this one generate. This one will be our generate command, right? And then arg list. We'll give it an arg short long config, right? And we want this to just be an S string. I believe if we go to schema, yeah, we just want it to be a, oh, you know what? No, string. An UTF encoded growable string. I need to learn all the differences from all these types. For now, we're just going to keep it as a string, but the types are something else that I think I'm going to have to get used to. Not too terrible, but yeah. Yeah, I like it though so far. It is not a macro. Macros end with like print line is an attribute. Tokyo is your async friend. Is it changing your formatting? Do you have Rust in format installed in Mason? No. So all of my stuff is like custom. Like I use I don't think I even have that. I don't even think I have Mason installed. I don't know. We can go look at my Rust config in a second and take a look at it. I honestly do not know. I don't remember. To be fair, I just kind of started jumping into Rust without remembering how to set it up for NeoVim. So I should probably just go look at that. You know what I mean? Sub command. Arg action. Why is it saying that arg action is unused? Maybe because command is breaking it. So I guess then would we just do command option commands? Interesting. So how this works from what I'm gathering is, what is command though? Like it said that these are just like flags and stuff, but maybe this is all of our commands being I don't know. The plot thickens. Command, subcommand, command, option, commands, unexpected identifier. What did we break? What? What? Oh, okay. I was like, what? Yeah. I gotta remember to save that. Okay. So now we have commands wired up. We have a generate command wired up. Now let's go back to our main, and we're really just gonna remove all of this. We don't need any of it anymore. And so let's do let CLI equals CLI. Actually, here, CLI parse. I don't seem to be able to parse. Oh, because I need to do this. There we go. I think. Let's try this. So let CLI equals. Right, because it wants to take it from that. So I believe I do this. Module. It's not public. Hold on. Okay. I'm getting used to this, chat. I'm getting used to this. So the reason why I'm not able to get this CLI stuff is because it's not, these aren't public. So this needs to be public. I don't think the other one does, but maybe. CLI. Yep, there it is. Parse. Yep, there it is. Got it. Now we've got the parse that we wanted, I think. Oh, maybe not. We've got CLI. Pub struct. CLI. Into from. Try from. Interesting. Okay. What else are we missing? So derive parser. We've got that. Command author version about long about equals none. Is there any way I can like get rid of this huge frickin' sidebar that's doing literally nothing for me but giving me a go away. Haha. I made it mobile friendly, chat. I just deleted the sidebar manually. Okay, so let's look at this. So derive parser subcommand. Wait, no, sorry. Derive parser command author version about long about none. That looks good. Struct public because it's in a module. CLI debug optional name to operate on. We don't need to worry about a name. Sets a custom config file. Value name equals file. Turn debugging on. Arg short long action clap arg action count. And this is working, right? Like we are actually seeing arg action populate something, right? Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. It's giving us a value. Okay. Command, subcommand. Command option commands. Command option commands. Okay. Derive subcommand enum commands. Maybe I need to make like all of this public. Test list bool config string arg short long. I don't see anything different again besides the fact that these are, you know, in a module, but that really should not matter, right? Let CLI equals CLI. Oh, I'm a dummy. I'm recasting the same freaking thing. Okay. That's the problem. I bet you that's what it is. It's that I'm recasting CLI onto CLI. Okay. I'm stupid. Let's see if we could do this. Could I do... I think maybe it's this. Let C equals CLI. Let's try this really quickly, actually. I know there's a way I can get it to import it for me. We'll say let C to not overcast it. CLI. There we go. Okay, so I need to use it with a U. So it still needs to be in the mod. But now I should be able to do this. No, see, it still doesn't give me parse, though. Oh, there's parse. What? Parser. What? Okay. Little confused at why that needed to be imported. So clap parser had to be imported because of the derive. Parse from standard ends. Oh, whoops. I guess because it's inside of the... I guess I don't understand why it had to import this here. Right? Like for me, it would have made sense to just be able to have parse like this, but we don't actually know what parse is until we have the module, which makes me think that I don't fully understand the module system yet, which is fine. That's fine. I don't have to understand all of it yet, but that is something that is interesting to me that stands out. Like, you know, in any other language, if you imported something from a different folder, then normally the scope of that file has all of its assets and imports and stuff like that with it, you know? Okay, cool. So we're moving a little bit further here. Oh my God. Okay, you know what? Let's try and fix this really quickly. Let me see what you sent me, Glam. Give me 1 second, chat. I fought that compositor issue for a week, and after a million combinations of settings, this worked for me in the end. Where are these settings, Glam? Sorry, that's one thing I just realized is where are these settings? Like what config is that supposed to go in? It's to do with how derive pycom.conf. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Thank you, Microman. I appreciate that, my dude. That makes sense. Okay. I think I understand this then, which is Rust seems to import things into the scope of the file or whatever that you're in, right? So Microman, my module, right, has my definition of CLI, right? Now again, I'm going off of my like assumptions here, but this is what I think might be happening, right? So if I'm understanding this correctly, what it seems like what's probably happening is that when I use it in my module here, right, it's available here and I have access to it here, right? But once we get here, it's not available because I'm just importing mod CLI itself directly. However, because I'm almost like, you know, I guess like, I don't want to say inheriting because I don't know exactly what the right word is. I guess deriving. I don't know. But yeah, basically, because I'm, you know, deriving that class as well, I need to get that specific class to bring it into the scope so that it knows. Otherwise, I could use it, but it's just unknown, or it's you know, yeah. Does that sound? Again, I'm guessing. I don't fully know. PyCom. I need to put the configuration search in my like thingy. Glam, do you know about this, by the way? Did you know that you can also search based off of configuration options, which is pretty nice? You know what? I should do this in Home Manager, though. That's a good point. Home Manager configuration. Yeah, dude, it's so nice. Yo, what's up, Kelvin? How's it going, buddy? Tanny, how's it going as well? Hello, hello. We're trying to fix this bug that you guys see that's happening right now. And we're writing Rust. But I got a little sidetracked because this just bugs me. I can't stand this. PyCom. Okay. So let's move you over here for a second. Let's move you over here for a second. And do I even have PyCom enabled anywhere? PyCom. Okay, I do. Dope. All right, so I'm just like such a stickler with configuration now, Glam, that like if I can put it in a config, I will. All right, so oh man, why do you gotta have curly bracket nonsense? I don't know what this is. Is that backend GLX? Is that what that is? GLX? Okay, yeah, I guess it's GLX. I'm sorry, Glam. I just looked at that and I was like, oh man, you gotta have squigglies in your shit. GLX. That might help. GLX. Fade step, inactive menu, opacity rules, settings, not exposed to Nix OS or bypass. Okay. So I probably need to use that. Yeah, that's probably what that is. Everything else will go into settings. Okay. Settings equals. Here, I'll move this over here so that you guys can see this. So first one's going to be GLX. No stencil equals true. Okay. Copy. Next one's going to be, sorry, chat, give me a second. Glam sent me some stuff to help fix with this nonsense, so I'm going to try and fix it real quick. Copy from front. GLX copy from front. Is that right? How did you find these? If this works, you're a mother flipping rock angel, all right? I appreciate you. Because I've been dealing with this thing for months, and it's literally just, it's like one of those things where you know you can't get around it, and then you're just like, you know what? I'm just going to keep letting it bash myself in the head, dude. Whatever. At this point, I don't care because I need to work. You know, like, no rebind. Pixmap. See, this is another reason why I like it that a bunch of other people use like similar configurations to me. Is that when I have problems, they have problems too, and then they normally fix it. No rebind pix map. No rebind pix map. X render sync. X render sync. X render. Now that's what actually makes me slightly interested, is why are we using X render settings if we're not using it as a backend? But that's mostly just out of curiosity. That's nothing serious. VSync, use damage. That doesn't sound good. Use damage. VSync equals true. And detect rounded corners. Detect rounded corners equals true. Actually, you know, it would kind of make sense if this was something with PyCom. Because PyCom's always been something that's given me a friggin' problem in my VM. All right, let me give this a shot. All right, so this looks like everything you gave me. All right, hold on to your butts. I'm just going to switch. I'm just going to friggin' YOLO right into it. Oh, did it just go away? Oh, I was like, I thought it went away. No, it hasn't done it yet. You'll have to reboot. God. All right. We can do that. Shut up! I don't care. That error like freaked me out for a second. I was like, what happened? And then I was like, dude, don't put that in red. Why is that in red? It's okay. So listen, as a Nix user, as somebody who also tries growing the community, like all these other things, I feel like I have the right to complain. Although I guess I could technically go in and like, I wonder how easy it would be to change that. I wonder how easy it would actually be to change that. That's probably in Nix packages, right? Oh my God, I just searched Hippo's repositories for Nix packages. We don't have one of those yet. Nix packages. All right, here we go. What's the error? Has been renamed to Oh, cool. They don't even. Okay, cool. So let's say the option services here, let's see. The option services dot open ssh dot permit root login. Oh, it's only in the manual. Lib assertions. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like, why is everything upgrading right now? I just downloaded 13 gigabytes of data, chat. Does anyone else just realize that I just downloaded 13 gigs of data? I wasn't expecting that. I guess I upgraded without realizing it. I guess I'm restarting the computer now for sure. Jesus, Clam, what did you just have me do, bro? I just restarted everything. Let's try the switch. Normally the switch takes 2 times for it to work fully. Yeah, there it is. All right, let's see if there's anything else. Yep, nope. All right, let's reboot you. Let's hope this works, man. I really hope it does. If this fixes it, I will be so... Yeah, dude, those system D units. Those pesky system D units, Tanny. I know. I know. If it doesn't, it's not my fault. Okay. Hang on one second. Let me open up the browser. I mean, we should see it within like seconds. It's fixed. Yeah, it's fixed. Dude, Glam! Oh my god, I'm gonna give you the biggest hug the next time I... No, it's not fixed! You fucked it up, Glam. I thought it was fixed. I was just about to give you a hug. Yeah, it's still happening. So it's not PyCom. I don't know what it is. I really don't know what it is. You tried, buddy. You tried. I appreciate that. No hug for you. I mean, I'll still give him a hug. He knows I'll still give him a hug. That is a bit of a bummer, though, that... Damn. Okay, so what's up, dude? How's it going? All right, well, I'm going to get rid of that then, at least, because I don't want to add... At least until I have the problem solved, you know what I mean? Do you still have Firefox in your opacity rules? What does that mean? Tanny, I've already got a flippin' i9-9900K with like a what's it called? Friggin' I can't even think of the name because I'm tired. You know what I'm trying to say. 2080 Ti. This has been mentioned. There might be some relevant details there. So there is this. Yeah, which I've done. But I guess like I don't know. I think this happens in any browser. Like I think I tried installing Chrome and I think it happened in Chrome too. You talking about this thing? I don't know what opacity rules are. Yeah, I don't know what that is. Opacity rule. I don't know what that is. What is that? Is it the same with a different browser? I think so, but I mean, we can give it a shot really quickly. Here, Nix Chrome. If I could spell Chrome properly. Chrome driver. Is Chrome like not available? Oh, it's probably called Google Chrome. Yeah. Sure, let's get Google Chrome really quickly. Why not? Oh, here, let's just do this. Firefox. We'll just put it here. It's more than likely available in here. I don't want to use Chrome though. That's also like part of the problem, you know what I mean? So they don't have Chrome, they have Chromium. Which I guess I could just seed it the Chrome one if I wanted to. Yeah. So it'd be Chromium enable. So this flicker, so Tanny, I actually see this flicker. Like I see the flicker in the actual what's it called? Yeah, no, I actually see it. Yeah, no. Yeah, I actually see it as well. Oh, dude, I'm gonna have to. It's gonna restart all my friggin' system D units. I just realized that. Would Sway or Wayland help? Possibly. Yeah, possibly. It's definitely a possibility. Technocrat. I just don't want to switch to Sway right now. I have everything in i3. Yeah, no, I've used Sway before. I think it has more to do with VM Workstation and the drivers and stuff, but like there may just be better support or something. Oh, I have no idea. All right, let's try this. So Chromium. For now, let's just do this. We'll put this here. We'll move this over here. And we'll just put this here, right? Here, let's grab the pages that we need at the moment. We'll just start using this. Honestly, actually, it doesn't look like it's doing it in yeah, it's not doing it in Chrome. Ugh. I'm not using Chrome, mother. I'm not using Chrome. I'm not using it. I'm not going to use it. For starters, I'm not even in dark mode, for God's sakes. What? No, but Chrome is working, right? Try disabling hardware acceleration. Yeah, that might be. Yeah. Am I Grant's using Brave? Yeah, you know I am. Remember when I like found out about how they do like their sneaky coin shit? And I was like, nah, I'm good. Where's dark mode, bro? What is happening right now? Am I just like losing my mind? Dark theme for Google Chrome. I'm working on it, dude. Yeah, I have a push button. You just don't see me press it, but I press it really quickly. Your screen has been flickering for so long, you've gone crazy. That's pretty inaccurate. Yeah, it's the Go XLR. I just hit it really fast so you guys don't see it. I really don't understand. Like, I don't understand why I can't just have normal Chrome dark mode. Like, is this really a Chromium thing? And can you only you know what? Here, I got an idea. Hold on. I'm going to try something really quickly. All right? Because I'm a freaking Nix user. All right? Because I'm a Nix user, chat. Okay? Nix OS. You want to give me Chromium? Okay. I'm not gonna take it. I'm gonna make you give me Google Chrome. You know why? Because I'm a Nix user. I hope that doesn't break anything. You're going to need to enable unfree packages. I don't. Will I? I think Chrome is free. Yeah, Chrome is technically free. So I think we're good. Because I would have gotten the error by now, right, Tanny? I swear so much I probably couldn't push the button fast. There's times, honestly, like, so I'm like this, Halix, where I'm like stretching or something. And then I'm like, fuck it. You know what I mean? But I don't always get it, but I try to. Maybe you already enabled it in the config. I actually think I did. Yeah. There was some other things in here that were not free as well that I had to enable. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Literally what Glam just said. Yes. Happy deploy day. What's up, Agile? How's it going, buddy? How you doing? All right, let's try opening up Chrome again. See, now we have Google Chrome. Make Chrome your default browser. Nope. Yeah, there we go. Now we have Chrome. Appearance. It still doesn't want to give me... What's it called? That's a nice kitty drawing. The tiger. Yeah, it's cute. I don't know if I want to use Chrome, dude. Use hardware acceleration. Oh, let's try disabling that really quickly. That's a good call. Let's try disabling that really quickly. Yeah. Okay, hold on. I don't know what's in. How do you disable hardware acceleration? Is it like in one of the hidden settings? Settings, general, performance. Use recommended performance settings. To enable hardware, check the box used next to... What? I was just in there. Hang on. That's it. It's just this one button. No, it's just this one button. Oh, there we go. Okay. That didn't make any sense. I was like, what? Is it still doing it? No, it's still doing it. I mean, maybe we have to like restart the browser. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Maybe. Did we get lucky, chat? Was it just hardware acceleration that was freaking out? Chat, we might have just fixed it. Screw Google Chrome. It sucks. I actually think we might have just fixed it. Yeah, because I couldn't have done this before. It was always the swipe over. Yeah, it was hardware acceleration. Okay, so here's the question. Can I make that a NixOS configuration? Yeah, that's what it was. Good job, guys. Good job. I love you guys. You're the best. Firefox programs.firefox package. Oh, let's go get rid of Chrome, dude. Let's get this thing out of my friggin' dot files. Oh man, it made stuff on my computer too, didn't it? Son of a See, I wasn't quick on that one. It did. Yep. Ugh. My computer has been tainted with Chrome. All right, let's get rid of NixOS. Chrome. Oh wait, no. NixOS. Chrome. I wonder if we should now do the bin again. Packages. Because I used to do the packages Firefox bin, I think. Right? I think that's a package. Nix, Firefox ESR bin binary package. Yeah, I used to get the bin. Oh, here, my bad. Oh, hold on. Somehow it got added to the list. What? Not inverted. Invert list only. There we go. Sorry about that. Yo, what's up, Bruno? How's it going? Hello. I know you use Linear in GitHub. Our team made Sync Linear. It's free too. Oh, nice, Sean. Hell yeah. Ooh, cool. I will check this out. You can try one of the flags. Oh, yeah, no, I already did that. I believe you need to start Chrome with Force Dark Mode. Oh, gotcha, Emerald. I appreciate that. Thank you. I don't want to have to use Chrome if I don't need to. I thought it was Friday. All good. I'm good, Sean. I'm good. Need to write a script that uses AI to bleep you. One day. One day, that'd be nice. Time to test degauge and blur AI. VMware settings display, I think. Oh, no, I've already enabled acceleration, if that's what we're talking about. I want acceleration on the machine. I just don't want it on Firefox, apparently. I know you use Linear in GitHub. Our team made... Oh, wait, I already read that. I'm sure you can, but you need to be careful because the config file it writes to the... Yeah, you're right. Yeah, I guess we'll just keep it the way it is right now. I won't try and overwrite it manually. Do you have a good way to purge old configs laying around? Like with Chrome, for example. No, not really, to be honest. I wish I did, but no. Be great if somebody made something like that, though. Glad I managed to take down the execution time of database query from 78 with 2 less. Oh, dang, dude. Nice, Bruno. Congrats. That's awesome. It's Nix. Can't you roll back to remove what Chrome added or just rolling back the system builds? So pessimistic tech, I could. What you're talking about are Nix generations, where whenever Nix makes a change, it will essentially generate a new, I guess, generation that you exist in, basically. And you can go back to previous generations. I'll show you in a second if I reboot my computer. But the TLDR is that you can, if you wanted to. However, Nix is also very configuration driven, right? And so because I also, know my configuration well, I can just remove it from my configuration, and then we just go back to it before. Does not pack. Wait, package. Oh, because it's package. My bad. So yeah, I just basically removed it from my configuration, and that's when it went away. Pessimist tech. Yeah. Packages. That's right. It's not packages. It's package. Okay. All right, cool. Well, we got that fixed. Chat, I'm going to be real with you. If that's all we get done today, this was a successful stream because I hated dealing with that. Oh, I should probably fix this too. So services, what is it? Oh, dude, I love this song. This is a good song. This is a jam. OpenSSH settings, permit root login. Permit OpenSSH. Settings? It's in settings now? That's what we're doing? Settings, password authentication. Oh, they're both capitalized now? What? Really? No way. I'm gonna keep them lowercase. Yeah. I was like, I think that's just a... I was like, there's no way that that's actually capital case. You can self-host it? Oh, nice. I will definitely check it out, Sean. I appreciate that. You might be able to preset it via Firefox Enterprise policies. Oh, that's a good call. Right, like if I have like an organization. Yeah. I see what you're saying, Orange. What's up, dude? How's it going, by the way? ButterFS? No, it's actually not ButterFS. Although ButterFS is a good call out. It's a good file system. It's a good one. C feature. So what did we do here? We home manager, we updated Firefox to use Firefox bin. Now here's something else really quickly, which is I just applied that, right? Let's do a switch one more time. We should get everything. Cool. So now if I open up Firefox, yeah, there we go. Now we're using Firefox bin. Ooh, sorry, guys. There we go. Cool. All right. I think we're good now. Let's go ahead and get back into it. No more buggies? Yeah, no more buggies. Okay, cool. All right. Configs. Cool. Main. Let's get back into our... Oh, you know, we do still kind of need to fix our Rust stuff, but... Nice. If I ran ButterFS, I'd call the bug and list. That's a pretty good one. I like that. The butterboard. I like that. Okay, so we're not gonna do this. We are gonna do this. Oh yeah, we got to delete this sidebar again. Mobile friendly. There we go. Okay. So we've got the parse. You can check the value provided by positional arguments. Or option arguments. Okay. So if we had a name, then we'd get the name, some name equals CLI name as Dara. So basically we evaluate this, I guess, and then we get something from it. Some config path, config deref, evaluate config path from it, config path dot display. Okay. You can now see how many times a particular flag or argument occurred. Note, only flags can have multiple occurrences. Debug is off. Demode is kind of on. Debug mode is on. Don't be crazy. Okay, so we're pattern matching here. That's right. What's up, Janet? You can check for existence of subcommands, and if you found, use their matches just like you would a top level command. So we match against the CLI command, and we say that some commands test. So, okay, so basically we're, okay, I see here. So match CLI, or actually C dot command, or what is CLI in this regard? It's this. Yeah. So I should be able to match C command. But why am I getting... Oh, that's so weird. Yeah, see, I I'm probably gonna have to fix this because it's not giving me all of my auto completion, which is slightly confusing. So then we want to do CLI commands. Oh, we didn't make that public, did we? I might actually have to fix this sooner than later if it's not giving me what I need it to. Yeah, everything is public in there. So, all right, let me just write it then. I won't worry about this. Some CLI commands. And then this one will be generate. Config. And then if we pattern match against it, command obstruct CLI is private. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. So then we need to go back to CLI. Let's move this over here. Sorry that you guys can see this. So we're going to have to make these public, aren't we? Yeah, we're going to have to make these public. I think. There's a oh, the fields have to be public. That's right. Oh my god, dude. I am so not used to this to Rust. At least I know how to fix it. Like, that is nice that I at least remember how to fix it. CLI. So you have to put public on it. Yeah, that's right. You have to put public on literally everything. I forgot about that. Gabs, what's up, dude? How's it going, man? Yeah, you have to put pub on everything. Otherwise, it's not public. There it is. Now it is. Okay, cool. All right, there we go. Now we're getting better. Use CLI. So what I could do is I could do this commands, right? Get our enum, go here, get rid of this. Non-exhaustive patterns. Okay, yeah, because I'm not actually pattern matching anything yet. So then let's go down here. If config. Missing match arm. Oh, we need a none. Okay. So I think we go here and we just say none. Not covered. Did we not just cover none? Oh, I gotta save it. That's right. Boolean found struct string. I kind of want to just like print line it, you know what I mean? Just to like see what we get with config. You might be answering a string. Oh, might be missing a string literal to format with. Oh, snap. Let's move this over here so I can see the rest of it. Oh, right. Because I have to do this, right? Yeah. Okay. Well, we've got something now, right? So what have we got so far, chat? Well, we've got our main file, which actually here, let's start with the CLI file itself. So if we go to the CLI file, we have our basic CLI wired up. We've got clap, where we're using a few things from clap. We've got our main CLI itself, where we actually derive our parser, the command, the main root command. We then create our struct. We make it public. We make any sub our attributes or whatever keys public as well. Debug and decommand or debug and command in this case. We give it an arg of debug, which like honestly, if we really didn't want to, we don't have to do the arg of debug, but whatever, it's fine. We'll keep it for now. Otherwise, we will have a command value or key, I guess, that has option commands, which is a enum of commands. In this case, we create a generate command and we give it an argument of config. So let's try running this. Nix run dot. Let's just see what happens. Yo, what's up, the Ida Allen? How's it going, buddy? Did you check out Next Think? It's in my list. I haven't had an opportunity to go through my list recently, so. But I do remember it, yeah. What's up, Gebs? How's it going? I'm using ad blocker to remove sections more persistent that I do not care about. They have a nice UI for it. It's not the most intended use. Oh, nice. That's cool. Damus, how's it going? Hello, hello. I need to keep an eye on the time because I have a meeting in like 45 minutes that I have to go to. So, did that run? It looks like that did run. Yeah, look at that. It did run. Now, it looks like by default, it doesn't do anything, which probably means that we need to add the require subcommand thing. Oh, that's cool. So this is if we wanted to like make it a little bit nicer, right? So we go here. Let's go to CLI, right? And then if we were like, bam, we could say that this is build configs. It's made by the Alt F4 stream. Actually, technically Alt F4 LLC. Version 0.1.0. I think there's a README that I made. Yeah. CLI tool for generating build configurations. And then I think that means we can get rid of this. Actually, I think that means we can get rid of all of that. Yeah. Arrive 1, 2. And then these are args. Yeah. 1, 2. You can use command author attributes to fill these with from your cargo.toml. Oh, so this just reads it from your cargo.toml. Okay, that's nicer. Yeah, that's nicer. We'll stick with that. That's nicer. Okay, cool. Next line help. You can use attributes that any command builder function can be used as an attribute. Next line help. I don't know exactly what that means, but okay. The Bad Programmer, thank you for the follow. Had an interesting use case with NextThing API that hash into binaries all the computers in the database. Nice, man. Oh, wow. That's crazy. Oh, thank you, Org. I appreciate that. Nice. Thank you. Very nice. Adding arguments. Okay. Okay. Options. Short name, long name. Okay, cool. We're good with that. Set. I want to do some like validation now. You know what I mean? Like I want to make it so like you can't run the first. You have to run a, you know what I mean? Like things like that. Subcommands, propagate version, derive. CLI command add name. Yeah, and see, here's where we do like our actual parsing here. Struct variant add command. Alternatively, use struct subcommand arguments. Command commands. Interesting. Oh, it's probably because it's optional. I bet you. Let's give this a shot. No? I guess maybe not. Okay. I'd give it a shot. Because it was just typecasting it, so... Because here's what they're saying. They're saying that you can enum, command, commands, command, subcommand. Right? That's basically what I've got. Pub enum, command, subcommand, commands, enum, derive, subcommand, generate, name, option, string, arg, So what? I don't have a I don't have a derive thing on top of it, but does that matter? Interesting. Oh, validation. Here we go. Enumerated values. Interesting. Validated values. Very interesting. Okay, so how did they do this command thing? CLI command. Here, let's make it easier for us. Let's get rid of that for now. We can get rid of arg action. Get rid of that for now. So derive parser, author version, propagate version. What does propagate version do, I wonder? Command propagate version equals true. Probably because I didn't spell it right. Version. There we go. Now I did. There is a method with a similar name, propagate version. Yeah, I know. What? Author version. Parser subcommand. No method name pack. What does this do? Oh, I'm spelling it wrong. It's because I can't spell, chat. That's what it is. It's because I can't spell. Yeah, no, thank you. Yeah, no, shut up. I got it. Thank you. No, I appreciate that. Thank you. So does this still fail? I see, because we have none on the main. Right? Yeah. So what if we just do this? Oh, you know what? And then because we're... Oh, I see. Oh my God, I get it now. You know why? Because I've been learning functional programming on the side, and pattern matching makes sense to me now. Okay, I see. So we were pattern matching against some and none. Okay, I see. Because they're optional. Okay. So if I do this... Aha! All right, so command. See, we require a command now. Okay, so now if I do generate, I have a requirement of config, which technically, oh my God, I'm understanding it now, chat. Oh my God, I love it when you understand. You know that feeling when you just start getting it and you're just like, yeah, okay, optional. So this should be an optional. Is that accurate? Or how do we make this option? Oh, well, you call it option. Jesus. Oh, you also do it the right way, which is, okay, option string. So now if we go back here, is not implemented. So that's when we have to go back here. And now we look at config. Once my language server kicks in here. And then we go, okay, so it's optional. So then we say if config, right? Is this right? Is it? No, it's not. Damn it. Expected Boolean type. Not equal to nil? Is null? Like what is the nil equivalent in none, maybe? How do I... Oh, because maybe it's a string already being evaluated here? No. Expected type Boolean. So how do I check in Rust if something exists or not? Let's ask ChatGPT. Don't tell me, chat. I'm going to ask the robot. What? Can you, like, stop doing this? There we go. Cool. How to check for an optional or an option value exists in Rust. I want to see how well it can teach me. Is some. You need a match on the option to get the value out or none. What about this? Oh, I see. So you're saying do something like this. Right. Okay. So would you say that this is, because this is, I believe this is what you're really suggesting. Is that correct? No, I agree. I'm getting more used to pattern matching. Would this be the preferred approach then? Because I've seen this before, right? So like, yeah. Okay, I got it. So like let sum, we'll say C equals config print line. What is it? Is it like this? How is it again? Something like that, maybe? Else. Interesting. Expected struct unvariant unit type option string. You need an if before the let. Oh yeah, I do. You're right. Holy crap. Perfect. Ha! I'm starting to get it. Oh my god. Rust really is. I shouldn't say that. You know what I was about to say, chat. I shouldn't say that. All right, cool. There we go. I almost said it. I almost was like, Rust isn't that bad, chat. How hard is it to learn the DevOps technology stack? Ansible, Terraform, Kades, Jenkins, Git. What was your question? Sorry, Gebs. How hard is it to learn the DevOps technology stack? I mean, listen, dude, I'm going to be real with you. If you do exclamation mark DevOps in chat, you're going to see this big mamma jammin' map. See, I couldn't do that one. That's another thing that sucks about, I shouldn't say it sucks, but like this is one thing that is mightily frustrating about this keyboard is it's so higher now that like I have to remember to like swipe my hand over the keyboard. Otherwise I just smack it. And that's what I just did. So listen, there's this thing out here called the DevOps roadmap. Now, do I believe that this is the best way to start with DevOps? No, as a matter of fact, what I think is the best way to start with DevOps is my front-end master's course. Shout out to my master's course. I highly recommend checking it out because it is a fundamental as well as technical dive into DevOps and getting started with it. It's not out yet, but it will be out very soon. So keep hold of that link. This, however, is just like a DDoS of technology to the brain. It does give you a perspective, though, of how vast and like how much, you know, there is here to really do, right? And I think one of the things I can say is like, the one thing that they say is like personal recommendation opinion. I would try and follow this, but like, if you want to start with some of this technology, like, I don't know, man. It's hard to say. Like, I don't want you to follow this by heart because you could just go down a map and like this really should not be how you get to DevOps. This is more just like all of the stuff that becomes a part of it. I think, honestly, I think my course is a lot better. But if you're talking about just the technical sides of it, I think you just have to use it. So maybe like 6 months to a year, you know, like. It's you know, I think experience is going to be your biggest beneficiary there, you know. So just start making things in Terraform and start, you know what I mean, like that. If you're interested in the tech, just jump into the tech. You know, that's pretty straightforward. But DevOps isn't just tech, yeah. It is, yeah, exactly, yeah. So that, yeah, I mean, that's kind of technocrat, like that's kind of what I meant. Like that list is great, but it literally can just overwhelm you for sure. And I think the biggest thing that I can say about that is that, you know, you really want to try and find something that is, one, that you enjoy, and two, something you're willing to like commit a lot of your time to. if you're interested in DevOps, then the biggest thing I think in DevOps that you can enjoy or should enjoy is the problem solving part of it. You know, as a company, how do I solve this problem, and what technologies can we use to get there? That is really what my job is daily. That like through and through, that really is what my job is. I think the technicals help me do it quicker. You know what I mean? Most of the stuff we're interested is I already used. Gotcha. Okay, well, there you go. So Technocrat, one of the reasons why people aren't talking about like flow and stuff like that, in my personal opinion, is because every place does it differently. And that's purposeful. You can't solve the same problem the same way in two different companies. You know what I mean? It just doesn't work that way. And so a lot of like DevOps at one company is going to be DevOps very differently at another company, you know? And there are basic principles in some regards that you can kind of consider, but it depends on the size of the company. It depends on the, you know, goals of the company, and the problems that lie with that. I would say the only thing that is consistent, the one true consistent thing between every company that should be, at least when it comes to DevOps, is really that it's a practice. You know what I mean? And it's used as a practice to solve problems at a company. But that practice isn't standardized, right? Like which is ironic because we do standardization in DevOps, but the reality of it is DevOps itself is not standardized. It's very much based off of where you're at, what problems you're dealing with, you know, stuff like that. Can you give some examples? Sure. So cost management, right? Cloud cost management is a big one. How do I make sure I'm not just like burning all of my money on cloud costs? Like right now, Alt F4 LLC is kind of a bit because we've got a lot of stuff in the cloud, but like we're not really doing a great job of making sure we only have what we need in the cloud. We've got a little of like extraneous stuff. And so we're probably spending like $50 to like $75 more than we need to in the cloud at the moment. And so like that's one thing. DevOps is, you know, we take care of infrastructure. So how do we deploy things? So how do we spend, right? How do we deploy things? How do we develop things, right? And then like, how do we meld all the teams in the company together? I think those are the four big things is like, how do we develop? I guess in a better order is how do we develop, right? We just had a brand new company. Okay, cool. How do our engineers develop? What languages are they using? What tools are they using locally? Are we providing a good ecosystem for them to be able to develop in? Like that whole first developer problems, you know what I mean? That is a DevOps thing that you deal with at a company. Making sure your developers are efficient, I think, is the first one. And then the second one is costs. So making sure that your costs are efficient, right? So developers are efficient, your costs are efficient. Or actually, no. So I say developers and then deployment. So we go from developers, because you kind of got to think about it like step by step, right? So if it's a brand new company, you have nothing. First, figure out how to get all of your developers working efficiently and effectively to help you, you know, solve the bottom line, right? That's the first one. The second one is once your developers are able to make code and just like we're talking about just getting it into the repositories. We're not talking about CI or anything like that. We're talking about just the local development experience, the packages, the languages, the ecosystem, like all that stuff. Once you've got that solved for, or at least somewhat solved for, then you can focus on infrastructure and deployment, right? So, okay, now that developers are contributing code to the repositories and they're doing it on a normal release cycle, how do we start releasing that code, right? So then once we've got developers solved, we then solve for deployments and infrastructure, right? And so then we look at that and we say like, okay, how do we plug in the developer experience that we created into the experience that we want for deployments and infrastructure, right? And so then we plug those two in together because that's the point of DevOps is it's not to just be like, okay, we did this one thing here. Now let's just throw out the other one in the window. Let's glue. It's supposed to be glue. Like the DevOps team is really supposed to be the glue of the company in a lot of ways for technical purposes. And so once you glue the developers basically to their deployment cycles and their deployment schemes, then at that point you have code being made and contributed, right? And then you also have that code being automatically built, tested, whatever, and then deployed to your cloud provider or whatever. So those are two. I just spent 10 minutes explaining that to you. You know what I mean? Like, and that's what I mean. Is like, I can give you a couple of them, but like, even though like those two problems are so general and yet so vast and so different in how we solve those problems, you know what I mean? That, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like it would be difficult for you to find two companies that do the same thing, you know what I mean? In solving those problems. Third one would be cost, right? At that point, you're spending money, you've got stuff in the cloud. I would say even maybe before that is scale, right? So again, developers, deployments, scaling that, right? And then the last one, I think the last one should pretty much always be cost, because cost is something that you really can't reflect upon unless you know like how much we're fully spending. You know what I mean? So until you know that entirely, it's really hard to be able to be like, all right, let's do cost savings. It's like, are we done changing stuff yet? And it's like, no. And it's like, all right, well, let's wait till we're done changing stuff, and then we'll talk about costs. So, yeah. Do I deal with Apache, Kafka, or Pulsar? Underneath the hood of services we use, I'm quite sure we use Kafka. Yeah. I don't know about Pulsar, but Kafka for sure. I don't deal with it directly, so it's normally like, cloud provider based stuff or something like that. But I have a decent enough understanding that if I need to debug it, I can. Cat bro, that's, yeah. What's the difference between DevOps and platform engineering? So at Hippo, at least where I'm from, DevOps is defined as the section of the company that handles all of the standardization and practices of like cloud, infrastructure, developer experience and stuff like that, right? From more of like a flow perspective and practices perspective, right? Platform engineering focuses on building the software that developers use to make their lives easier normally. So like platform engineering can be focused more on like, we want a way of shipping logs to, some logging system, right? CloudWatch, I don't know, whatever. Well, instead of making it so that all of our services do that individually, let's write a library that is like, Hippo Logger or, your company Logger, right? Standardize that. And then that is, used within all of our applications. That's what platform engineering does. At least for my company where I work, that's what they do. So they are more focused on, when we say platform, we're talking about like the actual application platform itself, right? Like, again, libraries, good code practice. Like I just don't have an opinion about code, right? And that's fair. I'm fine with that because I'm not the developer in that regard. I can have an opinion about how we manage the code in the sense of like where folders are or structure, standardizations and things like that. Like I can have that opinion, but I can't walk in and be like, yo, we got to do this in Rust. You know what I mean? Like as a DevOps engineer, they would just look at me and be like, who the are you? Which is fair. Now, if I walk into the conversation, I say, listen, guys, you guys have got a lot of memory leaks. We are constantly having flaky, like that's where I come in, because then as an engineer, DevOps engineer, I walk in and I say, we have a set of standards that your tests are not meeting. And because your tests are not meeting those standards, we're dealing with issues where they're failing, right? So again, I don't really talk about code, right? Like code's not my vibe, but anything related to it is, right? Deployment, development environment, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, that's really what DevOps does. Is there usually a DevOps team? One would hope, man. Honestly, one would hope. I think DevOps, two things about DevOps. The first thing is DevOps is still pretty poorly defined in the industry. Like, I've been doing this, dude, I've been streaming DevOps for at least 2 years now. And one thing I can say for sure is I think we're kind of like one of the source of truths for DevOps. Like, I mean, there's YouTube, and I would say probably on Twitch we are at least. YouTube will get there. Like I said, we're gonna be getting more YouTubes out. I want us to have more of a prominent, vibe on YouTube. So I'm excited for us to grow our DevOps community, because that's really what we're trying to grow here. Is like a DevOps and engineering. I'm not saying that anyone else isn't. Of course, all of you guys. I'm just saying that that's like my specialty, and that's what I love focusing on. But yeah, it's still growing, dude. It's still growing. The community is still small, even so the amount of jobs out there are still pretty scarce. A lot of people are still hiring for DevOps and, don't know how to hire for DevOps at the same time. Yeah, it's a really, like, I've genuinely thought about making a consulting firm just so that, like, I could at least set people up with DevOps right at their company. And I'm serious. It's actually something I'm slightly considering, because we've had people reach out to us and be like, hey, could you set up DevOps for us? Problem is like, DevOps is really about the team you hire. It really is. You want a group of people who are passionate about making your company better. And in DevOps, like, let me put it to you this way. You don't really survive well in DevOps, or you don't really do justice to the company if you're just not excited about working at the company. And I can tell you that honestly, because I have felt that before in the past, and it's not the most exciting thing ever. You're just not effective. So, our job, like, I think honestly, any higher up job where you are managing people, or you're managing infrastructure, or you're like you're literally making company level changes, you have to be excited about where you work. Otherwise, you're not gonna do it. But incentives are often sole motivator for some. Yeah, and I mean, I'll be real with you. If your incentive is your only motivator, that's fine. Like, dude, that's totally fine. I guess what I mean to say is like, your incentive needs to be the thing that also motivates you. You need to have some type of motivation. I'll be completely transparent with you guys. There was a time at Hippo where I myself was kind of not happy. It was around the time where Hippo laid off a shit ton of engineers, one of them being my friend. Again, remember, all of my opinions are my own. I'm not speaking on behalf of Hippo here. Let me just put that out loud and say that straightforward. But yeah, no, when the layoffs happened last year, and one of our community members who I worked with got laid off, I was very pissed. I was very mad. I'd never gone through a company that had done something like that. And I lost a lot of respect for the company, a lot of respect for the people who worked there, right? Higher ups and stuff like that. Like, I was just like, this sucks. Like, I don't want to be here anymore. And so that affected my performance. It did. It affected my performance for a little while. And it got to the point where, like, my manager was like, hey, you good, dog? Like, you all right? Like, what's going on? And I sat down and I finally talked to them, and he was like, yeah, no, dude, like, you got to let me know about this stuff, Thankfully, my manager's an amazing guy and was willing to work with me on it, and, we're good. But yeah, I mean, I was completely useless to the company, basically, when I wasn't into it. And again, when you don't have a board that you just walk up to and you're like, okay, let me take this one off the board today. Like, when you like, that's not my job, at least anymore. And sometimes I miss it. Like, sometimes it's nice to just be told what to do and not have to think about everybody else's problems and how things were broken at the company before you got there. But that is my job now. Like, that a lot of that is my job now. And so because I have that passion, like, it helps me be excited about, fixing things that like, okay, you ready for this, chat? I got something for you. Right now at Hippo, we are auditing all of our routing. Okay. And our routing means like our redirects, our like match rules, like all that kind of stuff on our global, on our production domain. We have 111 redirects. that all do different things. Like some of them are 301, some of them are 302s, some of them like take the main route and then like replace it so that it can go somewhere else. Like here's an example. Some of them just do 301 redirects. You go to .com, you know, blah 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 .com, it sends you to blah 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 .net, right? Something like that. Simple ass redirects, right? Some of them are completely just optimizations, like, you know, some of these routes we don't do caching on and things like that. However, there's a bunch of them where it's just like, hey, we didn't want to do DNS setup, so we're just gonna make so it proxies straight through the proxy and just replaces it by taking a match replace on the host header. Like, and there's so many of these, dude. Oh my god, I just now here's the thing. It sucked. It was not fun. But do you know how I made it fun, chat? And this is why I say follow our Twitter. All right, follow the Twitter. Follow the Twitter. Because I every now and then do post a really good gem. And, you know, there was one that I felt was pretty helpful. And I think, you know, it came out of that, which was I posted this tweet that said, where is it? Yeah, bash scripts. Bash scripts are great for quick solutions, but have little to no long-term solution, long-term manageability. Solving problems with code enables better for long-term support and gives opportunities to try new approaches. And like that like mentality is literally what I did to solve the problem. I was like, you know what? I'm not about to just go through this huge list of, you know, of rules in the Cloudflare dashboard. I'm going to make a script that uses their API and pulls down all of it, and like, yeah, like that's what I did. So I made a script that first pulled all the page rules, and then I took that list and I was like, okay, how can we separate these a bit? And so I separated the 301s from everything, and then I separated the 302s from everything, and then I separated all of the route optimizations from everything, and then I separated the match rules from everything. And so like we had this, you know, this just massive block of, you know, gross redirects that we had no idea about. And then, you know, me sitting down and taking a day to like break everything down and like, you know, organize it and stuff. I gave it to my manager. I was like, hey dude, we should probably talk about this because it's a lot. And he just kind of looks at me and he goes, okay. And then, or I'm sorry, not looks at me. He kind of responds to me a minute later and goes, okay. And then he responds 2 minutes later after it. And he just goes, wow. And then he puts a face palm to his, he did a face palm emote after that. And I was like, yeah, like yeah. And you have to be excited about that. Like the roundabout TLDR on that story is you have to be excited about it. You know, I could have just hated that and bitched and moaned and whined through that whole process. But, you know, I looked at that challenge and I was like, no, I'm going to solve it the way I want to solve it. And, you know, I'm also going to get to the problem that get to the resolution that we need to. And so I did. Like I said, I used Go and I, you know, made something that helped me get there quicker. That's DevOps. Like that's DevOps. You know what I mean? That really is a lot of like, you know, what we do. And so now I can take that information and, you know, share it with the company because I'm the only person who knows it right now. All right, let me catch up with chat here. The books, the Phoenix Project, and you know what, Technocrat, I gotta read these because multiple people have shared these. The Phoenix Project, I need to read these. Let me get these books, and then I'll give you an opinion on them. Does that sound good? I have not read either of them. You know, as somebody who's trying to educate in the DevOps world, I should probably be aware of things that people are trying to learn from. So, but yeah. First one is story-based book. Okay. Did you hear about Hay and Basecamp moving off of cloud? I wonder if there's a rule of thumb for dollars spent on infra that one would consider moving off of cloud. I would say most of that's probably around bandwidth, agile. Yeah. I would say that probably most of, oh dude, you know what I should do? I should do this. I should just be like, bam. And then I can be like, answer your question, right? And then I could just go ahead and unpin it after I answer it. That's kind of clever. And then you guys know what I'm talking about. But yeah, no, I did not hear about that. But I would imagine that most of that is related to, yeah, bandwidth for sure. Yeah, see, there you go. Glam works in a DC, so he super knows that stuff. Have you worked successfully in DevOps with a product manager? Yeah, I have. There are good, in my mind, there are PMs that are like, I think for that, I think it's really about PMs who care. You know, there's PMs who don't care and there's PMs that do. The ones that I've always worked with and had a successful relationship with were the ones that do care. And like, we have a lot of PMs that care at our company, thankfully. So it's been a good experience for me. But I really do. I think with a PM, it's just about if they care or not, if they want to be there or not. You know what I mean? Yeah. But incentives are often the sole motivator for some. Yeah, no, I know. I know we already talked about that in City, but and that's not bad. You know what I mean? Again, like I said, I think if incentives are often the sole motivator, I think the biggest thing there is to make sure that incentive is enough value to you. I'm going to be honest with you. Here's a great piece of advice that I was embarked with from a friend of mine, and I'm going to share it with you. Okay? Here's a quick story. When I was around 23, 24, I started doing my own freelance work in LA. And this is like, I just got into the big city. No, I was like 21, big city, completely different lifestyle from where I was when I was a kid. And I had no idea what to ask people for money. I was like, and I'd ask my homie all the time who helped me move out there and was like very successful in LA. I was like, hey, like, how much should I ask for this? How much should I ask for this? And one day I asked him that and he looks up at me, he goes, dude, I don't know. He's like, do you want me to tell you how much you're worth? And like, he got like offended, like in my face about it. And I was like, what's wrong with that? And he's like, bro, you are the only person on this planet who can know your value. If you want $5 million for a project, then ask for $5 million. If you don't get it, okay, cool, whatever. But like, that's what you wanted. Like, you have to ask for what you want. So if incentive really is your motivator as an engineer, that's fine. Just make sure that the incentive is what actually is what, satisfies you. Because yeah, I'll be real with you. There's definitely a lot about incentive that makes me want to do my job better too. Like I'm not working for free, homie. All right. Like that's not the case. So, yeah. My own opinion is that you don't set up DevOps, you do DevOps. Most of the organization has to adapt. It's not enough to just throw in an engineer or two, sort of how stand up every day doesn't make you agile. Yeah, I agree. It's not something you set up. It's something that you do. I think what we mean, or what I mean by set up more is just that it's about setting up those practices. Yeah, so that would be my only response to that. Is it's just, when I mean setup, I mean set up the practices in place. But you're absolutely right. You do DevOps. You do not necessarily set it up. No, you have to pass for the work too. I've worked with too many. You have to have passion for the work too. I've worked with too many people that just want to get it done and don't care about it and how it's done. That doesn't work in DevOps. Yeah, I agree. I mean, another thing that's very common about DevOps as well is normally you get into DevOps when you're a little bit more advanced in your career. I'm not saying you can't get into it sooner, but a lot of people come in, they're like, how do I get started with DevOps? I didn't know how to necessarily, I for me, when I got into it, it wasn't so much like, how do I get into it? It was more like, okay, cool, I've learned all these things. Now, how do I get into DevOps? You know what I mean? It was more like, I'm already kind of here. Can I take that step? And here's the thing. I had a lot, Chet realized that I had, before I really got to the DevOps Chad that you see in front of you, I had a lot of technical knowledge. Right? However, I did not have practical knowledge in the sense of DevOps practices and things like that. And so even with all of the level of technical knowledge I had, it still meant that I had to be passionate about the other part of it too. You know what I mean? Which was the problem solving and all those other things. And that took longer. It's easy to fall in love with technology. It's harder to fall in love with actual problem solving and say, I don't care what technology that is, I'm going to use it with, Do you have any experience with Linux subsystem for Windows? I do. Yeah, King Kotz. As a matter of fact, from what I've heard, it's pretty great now. I used WSL2 back in the day. but now I use a VM. If you're curious about what I use, you can just use !OS in chat. But yeah, I think it's good. I think if it's the only option you have, I think it's a good solution. In my humble opinion, I think that there's a huge untapped market for managed service providers in a large part of the world. Companies managing solutions for their enterprise that don't have the personal infrastructure. Like, for example, so here's the thing, Gebs. I don't disagree with this sentiment that like there's an opportunity for a lot of like space of services that could solve for DevOps. But as somebody who literally lives with somebody who deals with like paid by service, right? And I need to be clear here because Atoda is here and he literally deals with this daily. You also want to make sure that the people you're paying are passionate about what they do. Atoda literally does a bit of what you're saying right now. He goes to companies, he does deployments for them. Like Atoda does right now as an IT professional, he does outsourced deployments for companies, and he hates it. And you know, like in a lot of ways, it's because what they have done, and this is where it gets tricky, Gebs, is the companies have said, I'm just going to throw money at the problem instead of figuring out how to actually do our deployments. And so because, you know, his company offers something like that, they have to stumble around and try and figure out how to get these deployments out for their service because of that. And I mean, they pass the buck. Yeah, exactly. They pass the buck. Yeah, exactly. And so Atoda deals with very troublesome deployments from time to time because of that. Yeah. So it's a double-edged sword, I guess is what I mean to say. It sounds like a huge security risk. Yeah, yeah. Nice Moonlander. Thank you. I appreciate that. My mind always goes to how can someone exploit this and then fix the problem? I mean, that's what a hacker is. I mean, that's what I used to love doing a lot too. I used to be a gray hat, and I used to really love doing gray hat stuff. That's a whole different other amazing world of technology. Can Go be run as a script and compiled? Technically, yes. You can run Go. So you could do like with Go, you can do like go run dot and it'll just run it for you, but technically it still builds it, right? So no matter what, Go has to build it to run it. But you can like develop in a way that you don't have to, I don't know, like I don't know. Maybe it's pretty much always building. Yeah. Nice, LKS. They want to do it because they want to save money. They paid like yeah. Just bring the value. This is what streaming is about too. A lot of people just sit around, play God, and wonder what their viewers are. You got to offer something. Yep. Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Meeting time in 7 minutes, Alcaeus. I appreciate you letting me know. But yeah, in 7 minutes, I got to go to my meeting. Which, where the you all been? All right. You got to get here early if you want to catch BG, okay? I got stuff I got to do. Oh, man. What's up, Rudix? How's it going, by the way? LOL, you're bad. Homie, I got a meeting I got to go to in 6 minutes. If you want the beach, you got to be here earlier. Oh, our bad. I thought you called me bad. I was like, that's fair. No, I'm kidding. What's up, Big Propa? How you doing? I read that wrong because I'm stupid, so that's fair. Ralphie, sorry, Rafi, how's it going? Rafi Devine. Rafi, how's it going though? Thank you for the prime sub, those Bezos buckies. Thank you, man. The key is strong SLAs. True. But what's up, everybody? How's it going? Is there a case that you could do something for free for the sake of not being wrong to attain experience? Yeah, that's what they call a internship. Like if you have an internship and somebody gives you for like breaking something, then it's just them being stupid, dude. Like honestly, yeah, I think internships are really what that is. Did you get a base for your Moonlander? I did. Yeah, Marvin, I did. I got the platform. Yep. WSL2 is very useful rather than using SSH. Dude, I like this pinning thing. This pinning thing is super nice. You can see what I'm talking about. We all know where we're at. I like this idea. This was a good idea. Yeah, I agree. I think it's very good as well. Yeah. Does anyone know if there's any downside to installing Linux for Windows on a different hard drive than the one holding Windows? I don't think so. I don't actually know if you can do that. If you can, then probably not. You'll just want to make sure that the performance of your other, hard drive is as powerful, like have an SSD for it or something like that. That would be my only suggestion there. But I don't think it would be that bad. Again, Rafi, dude, thank you so much for the Prime sub, man. Thank you. I hope you're doing well. Good books to learn Kubernetes and Docker in general. I'm not going to give you a book. However, I am going to give you one of my recommended or two of my recommended courses. These are courses by somebody that I know. Not directly, but I have met them and I know very well of them by a guy named Brett Fisher. He is basically one of the he jumped in on the Docker thing really early, and I think he was able to make some really great content around learning Docker and Kubernetes. So if you're curious about Docker mastery, I would recommend getting his first course. And then if you're curious about Kubernetes, I would recommend getting his second course. Brett really does do a good job at teaching, and I do really think his courses are quite good. So I would recommend taking a look at his two courses. Yeah. I know Udemy, but listen, again, Brett, he's a good dude, and he put his stuff there. So I know for a fact that he's okay with you buying it through there at least. I found a thread on how to do it. Doubting it's good or not. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know on that one too sure, to be honest. All right, guys. Let me catch up here. Hold on. Let me catch up here. Hoy, nice to be here, and thanks for the nice comment. Yo, Rafi, thank you for being here, man. I appreciate it. Gotta pick those up. Nice, thanks, man. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're good. Using Linux, but I don't know where to start. Honestly, I really think you should start with WSL. Yeah, I agree with Kelvin. I think you should start with WSL. All right, guys, check it out. I gotta go. Listen, I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. Hold on one second. We're going to start doing this more, which is we're going to start going to full screen at the end of the show. Thank you guys, seriously, so much for hanging out with me today. I really do appreciate it. I'm going to try and find us somebody to raid really quickly. If you are new to our channel, be sure to check out that little blurb right there. That's a little bit about us. Basically, I am BG. I am one of the co-hosts of the Alt F4 stream. My other wonderful co-host, Toad, is in the chat right now. He's been hanging out with us. If you are also new to our community, be sure to join our Discord. It's a fantastic place filled with wonderful people, DevOps, engineers, nerds, gamers, all that good stuff. So please feel free to join, ask questions. The other thing, be sure to check out our YouTube. We got two YouTubes. Our main one, which will have a new video out at the end of this month, yes, next week, related to Nick. So subscribe. And then the second one is our archives, where all of our VODs and stuff go, which will also be updated in the next few days too. Hit up both of those, and then finally check out the social media. Bam, social. I gotta go. I love you guys. Let's go find somebody to raid really quickly. Who can we raid? Let's go raid Lana. Oh, let's go raid Lana. I think Lana's doing a big release right now for her Kickstarter of the video game that she's been making. Let's go raid Lana. Guys, jump in on this raid. Everybody jump in on this raid. Let's go raid Lana. Let's go say hi to her. She's been building this game called Strain for such a long time now. She's now finally getting it out there. So let's go give her some love. Let's go say hi to Lana. Guys, you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Seriously, thank you so much. I hope to see you in the Discord. I'll probably be back tomorrow. So if not, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. All right, enjoy Lana. Enjoy her stream. Love you guys. See you in the Discord. See you on Twitter, all that good stuff. Bye.